In this video I'm going to walk through how to do the binomial probabilities on your calculator. I'm going to go back to this example from the PowerPoint about the LSAT test and finding these three different probabilities. First we'll find the probability that he got exactly 20 correct. So we said for that we need binom PDF. The binomials are in the distribution menu, which is right here over the vars button. So we'll hit second and the vars button. You're going to have to scroll down a little bit, find your binomials. There's binom PDF and binom CDF. On newer versions of the 84, the numbering could be slightly different than this, but just look for PDF and CDF on the binomes. We want PDF for exactly 20, so I'll choose that. We need to tell it these three values, n, p, and x. So we said n was 30 because he has 30 questions. Comma button is right over the 7. The probability on each question of getting it correct we said was 0.2, so that's the p. That comes next. Another comma, and then the x. We wanted him to get 20 correct, so we'll put a 20 in there. The right parenthesis is over the 9, so we'll hit that to close the parentheses, and then we'll hit enter. And so this is coming out in scientific notation. So we would write this down as 3.38 times 10 to the negative 8, or if you wanted to, you could move the decimal place 8 places to the left. Alright, so that's exactly 20. Now if we want at most 20, we want the probability of him getting 20 or less. That's going to be binom CDF. So let's clear this. We'll go back into that distributions menu, second vars. This time we'll pick binom CDF. There's binom CDF. There's still 30 questions for n. The probability is still 0.2 for each one. And we want to know 20 or less, so we'll put the 20 in again. Close the parentheses, hit enter. So this one is 0.999, a whole bunch of nines, and then when I wrote it down in the slides I rounded this first 5 up to 6. You don't want to just round to 3 decimal places because the 9 next to it would have you round up to 1. So better to go ahead and write down all the 9s until you get to a different digit, or if you wanted to say almost 1 or rounds to 1, something like that would work as well. Alright, so that's at most 20, and then to do at least 20, that was the trickier one because we had to find the complement first and then subtract. So we said we needed to find 19 or less and then subtract that from 1 to get the complement that we actually want. So we can actually go and type in 1 minus, and then I can go into the distribution menu. Need binom CDF again. Okay, n is 30, p is 0.2, but this time we want to subtract the complement, so the opposite of 20 or more is 19 or less, so we're going to put a 19 in there and then hit enter. So I've got the 1 minus right there. I don't need to worry about it later. And that's another scientific notation, this time 3.83 times 10 to the negative 8th. Typing the 1 minus is a good idea. If you try to round this off first and then subtract, you can get some weird round off errors. So make sure that you do 1 minus and just type it all in like this. So that is binomial probabilities on the calculator. And just in case you have one of the newer calculators with the little pop-up stat wizards, when you do binom PDF or CDF, your screen may look more like this. Same information, you're just going to enter n, which is the trials, p and x, and then you'll go down to paste, and it'll then go back to the main screen and give you something that looks very much like what I showed you in the rest of this video.